Hi, this is Stephanie, and I'm going to show you how to make this little card. The day that I'm filming this video is the first day of Celebration 2014, and so this project uses some of the products from the Celebration catalog. So to get started, the first thing we're going to do is make our card base, and to do that I've cut a piece of cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 11 and scored it in half. I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to bring in my Big Shots. And I've got my magnetic plate, my magnetic platform, a clear plate, and my plates are really well used, and so it's about time that I need to get some new ones, and the newer your plates are, the better this magnetic platform works, but it will still work even with these pretty well used. And so I'm going to put my platform and one clear plate down. I'm going to put my card base down, and I'm going to use the largest pennant from the pennant, it's in the wrong case, the pennant framelets. And you start out with this the biggest framelit. And I'm going to place this framelit on my cardstock with the fold at the very top of the pennant. But I don't want to cut into that fold. I'm just going to have this right above that fold. And then put my other plate on top and run this through. Alright, so you will end up with a card base that now is the shape of a pennant, and it opens up. My card has this decoration at the top, and it opens up further down. So what I've done is I put, it doesn't matter really which side, but I put the score line, the fold line, at the 1-inch mark in my paper trimmer, and then just score. And now I can fold that up, and I have that fold. For the inside white piece, I've used the second biggest framelit from the pennant framelits, and I went ahead and cut that out to save some time. Alright, I'm going to use this high stamp from the Celebration Banner Blast stamp set, and I'm going to use crisp cantaloupe ink, and I'm just going to stamp that on some Whisper White. Okay. Now this stamp set does include the striped pennant, but I didn't have these colors in ink, and there is a MDS, My Digital Studio, package in the Celebration catalog. Let me show you it real quick. It has some great things. This is the one I'm using right here. And if you want me to show you how to make some of these projects with MDS, please let me know in the comments, and I will maybe make some videos on how to make some of these projects. Anyway, it had an embellishment of the striped pendant flag in these colors that I wanted to use. I think this is Sahara Sand and Summer Starfruit. So I just made a document in MDS and printed this out, and so I'm going to use the pennant punch that is also in Celebration, and I'm going to punch out one of each color. And the punch is a little bit smaller than this embellishment, but it doesn't matter because it looks good. Alright, so there's our 3 banner pieces. So now I'm going to start putting this card together. First, I'm going to put the Whisper White piece onto my card base. I'm just going to use snail to do that. Center it. Oops. There. You will need a piece of designer series paper, and this is the pattern paper that is in the Celebration catalog, and it needs to be 1 inch wide, and I've cut this at 3 inches in length, but that's a little bit too big, but I wanted to be able to make sure I had enough coverage, and I'm just going to trim off the excess. So I'm going to use snail to stick this on. There we go. So now that part that overlaps, I'm just going to trim off. Okay. Next, I am using some basic black 1/8 of an inch ribbon. I'm just going to cut a little bit more than the length of my card base. And I'm going to put some snail all over the back of this little 1 inch rectangle that we're going to adhere down. And that's what I'm going to use to stick this ribbon down. So just line it up with the score line. And then stick that in the back. I'm even going to use some more snail on top of the ribbon just to make sure this sticks down really well. And then push this down. Okay, there's that part. And so I've used dimensionals on these little banner pieces. And I started with the middle one to get this centered. So let's put this middle one on. Just center it, just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I put one of these banners to the side, and I don't press it down very hard yet because I may need to adjust that to make it look centered and even. So I'm going to put this other one on. Again, not pressing down very hard, making sure these line up pretty well, and then press down once you have them lined up how you want. And then the last piece are these two little bows, and I'm just using white linen thread. Right, so once you have the two bows, I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere them to my banners. And my little trick for adhering linen thread bows to a card is to take a glue dot and roll it up. And place it on the back of the bow. And adhere the bow. Same thing with the other one. And then just snip off the ends. Oops. Totally ruined that bow. Alright, so now let me snip off the ends and try not to ruin my bow. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.